Hello friends and welcome to my channel IB All Designing Developer. So like you all know that previously we have started a new tutorial series of C++ in which we have covered up really different things, and I hope you enjoyed that all the videos which we have covered up yet on C++. Like in previous video I have told you that what are else statements in C++, how we can put else statement and where to put else statement, all that things. But now in this video we'll be covering up that what are else if statement, like if you are using else with if statement, so when to put else if statements, where to put else if statements, and how to put else if statements. I'll be telling you all the things about it from start in this video. So remember to see this video from start to end so you can learn how to put else if statement in C++, and when we are working with else if statement, so what is the thing which is really useful in it. So I'll be telling you all the things about else if statement in this video. So if you understand this video from start and if you enjoy this amazing tutorial of C++, remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. And remember to share this video as well so more people can learn and they can understand how we can just cover up these amazing tutorials using C++ from start. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started. So now here we are on the computer screen. Like I've told you in the start that today in this video I'll be telling you that what are else if statement in C++ and how you can use else if statement. Like in the previous video I have told you about else statement, that else statement only executed when the other condition which you are using with it is false. But else if statement is executed when you are specifying new condition if the first condition is false. Like if we use if statement, means if we use else if statement to specify a new condition, if the first condition is false then only else if statement will be executed. Like if I'm writing first condition, so this first condition is true, so obviously this first condition will be printed. But if this first condition is false, then this second condition else if will be printed only when the first condition is false, and when the second condition is true, so it will be printed. But if this second condition is also false, so this third else condition will be printed, which will be printed when the block code of executed first condition is false and the second condition is false. Then this third else statement will be executed. If we want to see the example here, so here is the example, the same example which we have used in the previous video, but right now we are using the same example with three different statements here. We are using else if statement here, then we are executing the second statement which is else statement, and the if statement which is the first statement which we are using, it is normally a statement which we obviously printed when we are using these statements, so we don't have to count this statement here right now. We have to count only else if now, and this else, these two statements we have to use when we are using if statement. But it is not compulsory to use these statements. You can use one statement as well if you want to see that if you are getting the first condition false, so you're getting the second condition running or not. But like I've told you in previous video, when we were using the else statement, so we were getting the output running when we were just using that correctly. So like this, now we have to see in this third output as well, like when we are using these two statements else if and else, what output we are getting. Basically in this video I'll be telling you more things about else if statement, that how you can use else if statement if you're using. If you want to understand the example here, so basically in the example above, time 22 is greater than 10, so the first condition is false, means if 22 is greater than 10, so in time it is not greater than 10. In number value obviously 22 is greater than 10, but if we talk about time, so in time 10 is greater than 22, so that's why the first condition is false, and in the next condition in the else if statement is also false. So we move on to the else condition, since condition 1 and condition 2 is both false, and print to the screen good evening, because these two conditions which we are using here, first if condition and second else condition or else if condition, these two conditions are false here, so that's why the third condition is printed, which is good evening. And however the time was 14, our program will print good day, means agar if the time was 14, so we should get the output printed as good day, which we have written here. Like if you want to print, if you are writing the time as 14 here, so you will be getting a different output. You will be getting a output printed good day here, because right now this 14 will be then greater than 22 or 20 which you are using here. So what I'm going to do is I'll be copying this example here and I'll be pasting it in my Replit text editor. Like you all know that previously we have done the things about else statement. So right now we are covering up what are else if statement here in C++. So I'll be writing else if statement and I'll be pressing enter. So I'll be pressing OK. After doing that, you can just see our Apple is working. We have already pasted all the things, so we will be getting all the things working. We have to just press the run button, or you can press Control and enter as well, which is the short key to run it. So I'll be pressing run button, and after running this, you can just see the output we are getting is good evening. And here we have also getting the good evening here. So why we are getting good evening? Because these two conditions are false. If we see first time in this integer or in this variable of time, which is 22, and the second variable which we have created in here, it is written as time less than 10 or time greater than 10, means 22 is greater than 10 in number value, but in time 10 is greater than 20. So that's why this good morning statement is false. Then if we move on to the else if statement, time is greater than 20. In time we have written 22, but 22 is greater than 20 number value, means in integer value. But if we talk about time, so in time 20 is greater than 22, so that's why this condition is also false. And if these two conditions are false, obviously we have only third condition left, which says good evening. So because these two conditions are false, so that's why we are getting this condition run, which says good evening. So I hope you understand that why we are getting this condition running here and why we are getting these two conditions not running. If you want that this condition should be running, what I'm going to do is I'll be changing this time smaller, or you can say bigger. Like if I change this time to 25 now, and then if I run, so you will be getting this good day printed. If I run here, you can just see we are getting good day printed, because right now this first condition is false because 10 is greater than 22, but now 25 is not greater than 22 here, means 25 is greater than 22 in number value, but in time 25 is not greater than 22, and that's why we are getting the output printed as good day here, because this condition is true, and we don't have to move on this condition because obviously the second condition is true. So why we should move on to this one? If these two conditions are false, then we have to move on to this third condition, but right now this condition is false, but this condition is true, so we don't have to move to the third condition. We can directly print the output in the second condition, which we have written as good day. So I hope you understand that how we are getting all the things printed and how we can use else if statement here if you want to use it with if statement. So these are the two statements which you have to use. I have already told you about else statement in the previous video, and now we have understand that how we can use else if statement here if you want to use it with if statements here. Like this you can use else if statement separately as well, but remember when you're using else if statement, so with that you have to use else statement as well, so that you can see if the first condition is false, about output you're getting when you're using it with the second condition, and like this you can use. So I hope you understand that how you can use else if statements here and how you can get the output working. If I just change this time to like 26, so what going to do is, like what it will be going to do is it will be printing this condition which says good morning, because right now the first condition is true, so we don't have to move on these two conditions here. So directly it will be printing the first condition in my output which says good morning. So if I run this, you can just see the first condition is printed, it says good morning. And if I just write 25 here, so obviously again it will be printing the first condition, because these two conditions are same, but thing is that this is coming first, means this if statement is coming first and this else if statement is coming down after this if statement. So obviously the first condition we are getting is if, so 25 is written in if, so first it will be considering this condition, and again we will be getting the output as good morning. If I run it, you can just see again we are getting the same output as good morning, but these two conditions are same. Still we are getting this printed because if is written before else if, so that's why we are getting this if statement printed before else if statement. So I hope you understand that how we can use else if statements here in C++ and how we are getting the output working. So I have also explained you the example that how you can work with else if statement and how you are getting the output here. So I hope you understand this video in which we have covered up many things about else if statement, and we have also learned some of the things about if statement and else statement. I have already told you in previous video about else statement, and I hope you understand that, but right now we have covered up more things about else if and else statements. So I hope you understand that how we can use these statements, what are the things which are really important to use, and what are the elements we have to use when we are working with these all statements, because in coming up videos I'll be telling you more about these conditions and these statements, like how to use these statements with different conditions, so you will be having a more good like you can say more clear mind you will be getting about these conditions, how we can use these all statement with different conditions if we want to use. So if you have understand this video from start and if you enjoy this amazing tutorial here of else if statement, so remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. And remember to share these videos as well so you can get the notifications and more people can learn about these different things which I am covering up through C++ and which we have already covered up through C++. So remember to see my coming up future video as well on this series of C++ so you can have a more clear mind about that things which I'll be telling you in future. So I'll be meeting you next project or in next tutorial video of C++. So for today, goodbye.